Hello, guys. Hello, people from all over the planet. Welcome to my Booster Motivation. As you already know, we are on the best platform in the world that offer free life coaching training session. Anytime you got a chance to stop by, you'll always find me. I will always talking about money, how to be successful. We will provide you insights, knowledge, information that you need to know to take your life to the next level. If you bump up on these show for the first time, we are here all the time, and we've been there since 1996, and we've been organized seminars, training for people worldwide, and we work with you at a different level. This is another free life coaching training session. This week, I'm starting a new series. It's a free life coaching training session, but this week, I got three. I got one topic, the science of you, and I will divide it in three part one, part two, part three. And today's part one. We are talking about neurosciences, the neuroscience of fresh start, or to reset your brain for 2026. This is what we are talking about today. And my name is EG, aka Ernst George. You know it. And we're going to spend 120 minutes together, and which I will go straight with you on different topic. If you're watching on YouTube, on VK, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok, no matter in which part of the world you are watching, you are very welcome. So let's start. Welcome to Mind Booster Motivation. This is EG, your free life coach, and you have just turned in the most important conversation you will have with yourself this year. I want I want you to pause whatever you are doing now. If you are driving, keep your eyes on the road, but turn up the volume. If you are at home, sitting in your favorite chair, I want you to put your phone down, put it on the screen side down on the table next to you, and listen to this podcast episode. Listen carefully and take notes. We are standing at the gateway of 2026. The calendar tells us it's a new year, but most people do not realize that even if we are about to end the month of March, almost 3 months passed during the year. But people think a new year is just a date. They carry the same stress, the same habits, the same mental fog from 2025 into January, February, March 2026. And they wonder these weeks, for now, why they feel just stuck at the same level they were in December 2025, why they experience the same problem from last year, why they have the same needs. Why does that happen? It's a lack of willpower, perhaps. It's laziness. I don't think so. No, it's a lack of understanding the machine of you are operating. It's a lack of understanding of the machine that you are operating, that is yourself. You are trying to run new software on a corrupt hardware. So on the next 2 hours, 120 minutes, I'm going to be your guide. We are going to open the hood, and we are going to look at 3-point universe. We are going 3-point universe between ears and your brain. We are going to understand why you feel stuck, why you are procrastinating, or why you are procrastinate today, yesterday and the day before and this year and last year, why you fall back into the old patterns, and most importantly, or to hit the reset button. So by the time we finish this episode, you will not just have a positive attitude, you will have a blueprint, you will understand the physical structure of thoughts, and you will know how to rewire your neutral pathway to make success focus on peace your default setting. This is part one of the science of you. Let's begin the work and let's reset your brain in 2026. Pay attention. Allow me to talk to you profoundly, deeply, and sincerely. Let's start by debunking myth, the myth of the fresh start. Psychologically, we love landmarks, Mondays, birthdays, New Year's days. We call these fresh start effect. It's a real phenomenon studied by behavioral scientists like Catherine Milkman at Wharton University. It gives us a temporal landmark, a line in the sand. We say that was the old me and this is the new me. But he, but here in the neuroscience truth, your brain do not recognize January 1st to December 31st. Your neurons do not reset because the ball jump in Times Square, Manhattan every year where people are screaming, celebrating the new year. Your brain recognizes patterns. It's a pattern recognition machine. Think of your brain as a vast field on a tall grass. Every thought you have, every action you take, it's like walking through that field. The first time you walk through, you have to push hard, the grass fight back. But if you walk the same path every day, a trail forms, and through this grass, it's become a dirt road. Eventually, it's become a super highway if many people take the same road. No matter how hard the grass, or tall it is, or strong it is, you will keeping walking on this in your pathway, repeating the same pattern. You will get rid of the grass and see where you put your feet step by step without losing anything, and the grass will not resist at your consistency. So, if you spent, let's see, these are your neural patterns. That's what we just explained. So, if you spent 2025 stressed, anxious, scrolling on your phone for 3 hours a day and eating junk food, your brain builds superhighways for stress, anxiety, distraction. On January 1st, 2026, you might wake up and say, I'm going to be calm, focused, and healthy. It's a fresh start. But your brain looks at the same pattern. Your brain looks at the same repetition, and your brain looks at that and say, this is nice. You want something new. But where is the super highway for that? I don't see the road. I don't see a dense forest. That's when your brain require you to take action. And because the brain is an energy saving device, it wants to be efficient. So your brain save your energy when you do not bring anything to your brain. It default to do not do anything without your command. This is uh, this isn't a character flaw. This is physics. This is biology. So if you want a real reset in a proper way, you don't just need a date in the calendar, a new job, a new personality, a new boyfriend, a new husband to reset your life. You need to build a new woods. And to build a wood, you need a blueprint. You need to know where you're going, what you want to do, and where you're going. That's all you need to have. This is your blueprint. You need to understand the materials. If I'm going this way, what I should do. That brings us to the key player of the game. We call that neuroplasticity. So you understand the blueprint, you understand your will. Let's investigate neuroplasticity. It's a word you have heard, but let me make it real simple in plain English and a language that everybody can understand. For decades, scientists believe the adult brain were fixed. They really thought if you are an adult, your neurons will not improve, grow, you know, develop anymore. But the brain is not a plaster, it's a plastic. It is malleable, changeable, remodelable until the day you die. Your brain never stop learning and improving and innovate and creating until you die. This means neuroplasticity is the ability of your brain to recognize itself for forming new neural connection through life. Every time you learn something new, every time you have a new thoughts, every time you practice a skill, your brain physically change its structure on a daily basis. So let me give you a drastic example about that. A London taxi driver, to get the license, they have to pass a test called the knowledge. They have to memorize every street, every landmark, every route within 6 mile radius of the city center. It's immense. Scientists scanned the brain and found that the part of the brain responsible for spatial memory and navigation is the hippocampus from the brain. So when they scanned the brain of the taxi driver of London, the scientists observed the hippocampus was physically larger in a taxi driver than an average person. Do you take these valuable only for taxi driver in London? Same thing in taxi driver in New York. Why? Their brain grew, their brain grew because they exercised the brain. So the brain grew because they exercise actually the brain. You know what I mean? So it is important. Give me 1 second. Yes, my friends. Somebody just called me on my phone and turn off one of my streaming. Yeah, what I'm saying, the brain grew. You guys, allow me to do that. Okay, guys, allow me to fix this little problem. Your live stream, my producer is not here today. I'm by myself. I'm doing a one-man show. You know what I mean? Okay, I hope we fix the problem. Yeah. We said that the brain grew. I don't know what happened. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's fix this problem really quick, okay? Let's fix this little problem for these people that follow me on YouTube. I, I would have to edit this part, all right? Yeah, we said that the brain goes because they exercise the mental muscle. What does this mean for you? It's mean that the brain you have right now at this moment is not the brain you're stuck with. The anxiety you feel isn't a permanent fixture. It's just a well-known path. The lack of focus isn't a personality trait. It's just a dominant highway and the path of your brain. Your brain is waiting for permission to change, is waiting for you to give it the instruction to build a new road, a new pathway, a new business, a new idea, a new product, a new services. Your your brain need you to guide, to give them the instruction to do something. Now, understand why people do not understand that the brain has the ability to guide them, to give them the full understanding about doing what is good for them to take their life to the next level. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. So, guys, there is something called the default mode network into your brain. They call it DMN, default mode network. It's the inner critic headquarters. Into your brain, there is a headquarter where your brain is always in default mode, and there is a voice that comes into the left side of your brain always to tell you things. Let me explain to you that in a way that is more easy to understand. I want to introduce you to a part of your brain called default mode network, DMN. Imagine your brain is a car. When you are actively doing a task, solving a math problem, having a conversation, exercising, a specific part of your brain light up. That's like driving a car and a gear. But what happens when you put the car in neutral? What happens when you stop focusing on external tasks? What does your brain do? If you put your car in neutral, you can damage the car and the car will not go anywhere, and the car has no control by itself. And the car is still valuable and it's still a good car, you know what I mean? But because it's on neutral, you will not have any control of it. So, what I'm saying to you guys, For most people living on this planet, they are on default mode network. These people, they are operate on default mode network. That's when this human being, with all the potential that this human being has, all the activity this human being can do or proceed on a daily basis, these individuals actually operate as a automatic machine on default mode. Most of human beings that you will encounter in your life, they are operate in default mode. That's when the DMN, the default mode network of the brain, the DMN, is the part of the brain that activate when you are at rest, daydreaming, you know, thinking about yourself. It's a part of the ruminates activity of the past and worry about your future. This is what your brain will do when it's on DNM. That means you put your brain in neutral. There is where inner critique comes from, because inner critique lives exactly inside the default mode network of your brain. This is the voice that say, remember that embarrassing if you lose. Remember you tried something in 2014, you didn't accomplish it. What can happen if you fail today? This is the inner voice said, I'm not good for that. I don't know nothing about business. Why should I start a business? I don't know nothing about production. Why should I team up with somebody to start a business venture in production? I'm not good in traveling and tourism. Why should I join a company that is selling tourism, or hospitality, or tourism, or hotel, things in that nature? I'm not confident in talking in public. Why should I start a live stream on TikTok, on YouTube? I'm not good at this. I'm not that. If what will happen if I lose money? What will happen if nobody trusts me? What will happen if my friend, my business partner, steal my money? This is all these questions. These questions are balancing in your DNM. You know what I mean? So you are not good enough. You are not good enough. I cannot do that if I lose things. So the DNM is the producer of all negative ideas that will stuck into you and will make you procrastinate on a daily basis. Now, here's the critical insights that I want to share with you in 2026. In your modern world, we spend almost all our time in the DNM. Somebody that living in 2026, which is a modernized time, it's a time where technology, everything is accessible to anyone who has access to a smartphone. But guess what? It's the time of most people act dumb, and they are permanently more than 10 hours per day functioning on the DNM, default mode network. That's when their brain don't do anything. What they are doing? They are waiting in line. They are spending all most of their time on social media, consuming garbages, you know, consuming stupid ideas, okay, listening dumb people pretending they know, and they are consuming these kind of things, listen to free advice from people who never achieve anything in their life. That's what they do. Or watching what so-called funny videos that has no value. You know what I mean? You might see somebody knocking on my door. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Hello? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Mi hermana, dame a ver si eres tú. No sé. Marjorie, mon madame a demandé vous, ok? Mon père a demandé vous. ¿Quiere entrar para sentar? Señora, él está. Ella está. Ella está. Ven. Ok, gracias. Parece que es una hermana que quiere hablar contigo. Hola, hola. Por favor, cierra la puerta porque estoy haciendo un en vivo. Devant, at the reception, at the lobby, I believe. Okay, guys, sorry. That's it. That's it. That's a funny live stream today. Yo, guys, it's really important. So most of people in 2026, they spend their time on the DMN mode because they are consuming nonsense on a daily basis. So when you are waiting in line, what you do, you pull out your phone, you're scrolling the social media, and you are waiting, sitting on traffic. I see people, I just saw that like 2 hours ago. Somebody on the traffic, scrolling, and then almost crash. So you turn, instead of turning a podcast, listen to somebody or listen to somebody who already did what you want to do and can provide you critical information, valuable information that you can use to take your life to the next level. What? So this is okay to think that you are inform yourself, but let me put it clear for you. If you are watching the news, you are misinformed. If you are go on social media, okay, you are watching propaganda. That means it's disinformation. If you are reading the newspaper, you might receive some kind of information. But if you do personal research about a specific term, a specific ideas that you want to grasp, learn, and craft, understand, and you spend hours and hours doing that, you will grow exponentially in knowledge, and now you have just to take action. So you are eating a lunch alone and you are watching negative things on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, VK, Snapchat, you name it, right? Instagram, you name it. Instead of looking for something educative, something that can teach you some kind of value, that can bring value to your life. You are constantly stimulating your brain with external input, but aren't actively focused on single task. You are just feeding the DMN, the default mode network. You are letting it run on a treadmill on distraction. So you wondering why you are so drained, why you are so feeling dizzy, why you feel so lazy on a daily basis, why you cannot lose weight, why you cannot do many other things. So neuroscience shows that overactivating your DNM is linked to depression. Wondering why so many people, especially in America and many other places in the world, are experiencing depression on a daily basis, anxiety, unhappiness. That's why so many people are on social media looking for partners because they cannot see what is around of them. That's why they're so critical about everyone and them other than themselves, and they are feeling unhappiness because they do not realize that the brain functions in autopilot. And the autopilot, it said to them all the time, I'm worried, oh my God, I might lose the boss, I might miss the boss, I might lose the money, I might not doing that, I might getting old, not have a man, not have a wife, things in the nature. They are running an autopilot, guys. Let me tell you something. The brain is an autopilot, and you operate your brain on autopilot because you don't bring to the brain some ideas, some positive ideas. So, how do we set your default mode network? That's it. Or you reset your brain, and or do we quiet the noise, the thing that are not bring any value into our life and society? So the answer is focus, focus, focus. More specifically, the task positive network. So instead of operating DNM, default mode network, operate in TPN, that means task positive network. The TPN is the opposite of the DNM. The task positive network is the opposite of default mode network. It's the network that fire up when you are deeply engaged in a task, when you are in the zone, when you are writing, painting, solving a problem, or having a deep conversation. He, if you want to quiet the voice that tell you you can't change, you must activate TPN. You must engage in a deep work, and you must focus, and you must say to yourself, yes, I can. A reset for your brain isn't about sitting in a corner and trying to think positive thoughts, think that some superpower, some super intelligence, some religions, some God will bring you what you have to do. That's just DNM activity on steroid. You are ruminate hard to be positive. Actually, you're never on a pathway to become positive. A reset is about shifting your brain for the DNM rumination to the TPM action. Because without action, you will not be able to move forward. So that brings us into something called the chemistry of a fresh start, dopamine versus serotonin. We are talk about the structure, the road. Now let's talk about the traffic. The cars on these roads are chemical called neurotransmitters. They reset your brain. You need to understand two most important ones for motivation and mood. We call them dopamine and serotonin. Let's look closer about the dopamine. The motivation molecule, it's what's so-called dopamine. When you heard people talking about the dopamine, that's mean the motivation molecule of your body. And everybody have the this molecule in the body. So everybody is entitled to be motivated on a daily basis. But most people think dopamine is about pleasure. It's not about anticipation and motivation. They think dopamine release when your brain predict a reward. That's why when a job pay you, give you commission, they give you a salary, they give you commission, they take you to seminar, they do all these kind of things to motivate you. That's not enough because many people will burn out instead of progress in the job, or they might achieve at the highest level of the job, everything will fall down as a shadow of card, or shadow of card, if you want to say it like that, okay, or house of card in English. So here's the problem: we have hacked our dopamine system with social media, video game, junk food, pornography on a daily basis. They provide cheap and easy dopamine hits. They give you the anticipation of reward without work. What happened when you flood your brain with cheap dopamine? Okay, with trash dopamine, with dopamine who has no value. Your brain says, whoa, 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 you are getting a lot of reward here, right? And your brain will stuck on these junk dopamine. So when you feed your brain with cheap dopamine, fake dopamine, that is social media, video game, junk food, pornography, things of the nature, alcohol, drugs, things of the nature, right? So these dopamine are so cheap, they cannot stay for long. So in a short period of time, you will lose your drive. So what? Guess what? You will want to get them back. That's why motivation seminars never work for these people who go to the seminar all the time. They work only for these or those who went to the seminar one or two times and they take action immediately. People who go to a busy seminar one time, two times, or three times, and immediately they start their own business. If somebody go to these podcast, right? Listen to this show and not taking action, probably this person will not do anything, will procrastinate. But if somebody listening and go their own way, understand, profine what they understand, refine what they understand about this podcast, and they start their own business, they develop their own ideas, they will start something. And now they can come to me and we can do a brainstorming. So, Mastermind Alliance, we can work together. I can help them craft the business better. But if they come to me like, yo, I don't know what to do because, could you give me a business idea? Okay, boss likely this person is a lazy person, we're not going to do anything. I see that on a daily basis. So, what happened when you flood your brain with this cheap dopamine? Your brain say, wow, you gave me a reward, right? Give you more. That's where the addiction comes from. You don't need to work for them. We need to lower these junk dopamine and to feel the sensitivity and bring balance thing into your life. Down regulate, it down regulate your dopamine when you go to this cheap fake dopamine. So now let's see the real dopamine, right? If you want real achievement, real life achievement, finish a chapter of a book that you try to read. That will bring real dopamine to you. Complete a workout. When you go to the gym, don't watch TV. Don't stay on social media. Don't pretend you're at the gym and you listen to music. Okay? Complete these 2 hours workout. Having a deep conversation about a problem with your team, with your staff, with yourself, writing down these problems in a journal, and do not move on until you solve this problem. Don't release enough dopamine to register. You feel bored, you feel unmotivated, you feel I don't know what to do. Do exactly what you don't feel to do, because this is where the kick will come from. You know, it's a snow day. You don't want to go out there because you got a day off. Don't go on your bed, sleep. Actually, revisit your life. Say, what is one thing I always want to do, but I never had the time to do it? This is a good day to be active and get it done. So, to reset your brain in 2026, you need a dopamine detox. You need to detox yourself with the fake dopamine, the cheap dopamine. You need to starve to cheap source of dopamine so your receptors can heal and become sensitive again. When you do that, simple things become pleasurable again. The satisfaction of checking a task off your list when you get something done. The gratification, the feeling to be able to prepare the meal you always want to prepare. That said, you want to get something organic today, and you spend 2 hours and you prepare this meal, you set up the table as a king or a queen, and you serve yourself, you have a good meal. That will bring you satisfaction. Get stuff done. Put things in your list and get them done. This is very, very important to avoid junk dopamine. So if you do that, you will detox your body from junk dopamine, and the real dopamine will take off. The real pleasurable things will take off. When you say you will start a business, you start it. The will dopamine will take off. You know, the other night, I was watching the game between the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers. You know, the last the last set play, the last minute. LeBron James, who is a MVP, a multiple time champion, one of the good of the basketball, the guy who scored more points ever in the history of basketball. We're not even in the playoff. That was a regular game, a regular season before the playoff. But this team, the contender team, is a champion team. So they the Lakers team don't want to lose the game. The guy dragged himself on the floor to save the ball and pass it to Reeves, who is pass it to Jokic, and then they got the points, and they won the game for 1 point, 1 or 2 points. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about here. We're talking about the art or don't let things go before you get it done. LeBron James will enjoy his a $190 million contract and then not doing that. No, every single minute in the game is count. So why you are so easy with your life? Every single minute you spend in this life might be the last one because nobody knows how long we will live on this earth and how many minutes, how many time we left. Somebody are lucky they can live longer, and somebody are not lucky they can live like for 14, 16, 17 years old. So if Mozart was a lazy guy, will never enjoy classical music because he died before he turned 18, young guy. If Beethoven was lazy, we will never enjoy classical music because he couldn't hear anything. The guy was deaf. So he produced music and he created stuff. You know, any successful people, any successful individual, hero, star that you might take for granted, just go and read the biography. You know, the founder of the nation did that before he turned 40. I'm talking about Haitian nation because I'm from Haiti. You know what I mean? Proud to be Haitian. So Jean-Jacques Dessalines, young dude, take the lead after the death of Toussaint Louverture. This is what it is. Napoleon Bonaparte become king, three coup d'etat, and become king before he was like 34 years old. You can take any grant, even if you go to the religious person, you know, it's always been like that. You cannot take the hours, the minute of your life for granted. You cannot waste your time in with dumb people. You cannot waste your time doing things that will not bring value to your life. You cannot waste your time sleeping 14, 16 hours per day. You cannot waste your time listening to nonsense. You cannot waste your time watching what's so called funny videos and people are earning millions on you and you're earning nothing. Guess what? You're paying for your phone, you're paying for your internet, and you are not paying to watch. And the person who produced it, your laziness, okay? Because the time that you don't understand the value of your time. You make Google rich behind YouTube. You make um, Biden's rich behind TikTok. This is what you're doing, guys. So let's switch to serotonin. Serotonin, it's simple. It's the contentment chemical. Remember, I told you, don't get complicated. Motivation, or dopamine, which is the core ingredient of motivation, is the motivation molecule. So when you activate your dopamine, you activate the motivation molecule in your body. But there is another one, which is the serotonin. The serotonin is the contentment chemical. So you need this molecule of motivation, and you need the contentment chemical. If dopamine is the gas pedal, serotonin is the steering wheel. It's about mood, social confidence, and sense of well-being. Low serotonin is linked to anxiety, depression, and irritation. You become irritable. Your level of irritability is crazy. Or to increase your serotonin naturally on a daily basis. It's not complicated, my friends, but it's not easy. The biggest lever is you want it. Do you want to increase your level of serotonin in your body? Do you want the chemical of contentment, the chemical of motivation molecule flow into your body at ease? Is the bigger lever. Let's see what we can do to get it done. The sunlight. If you sleep every day and you wake up late, you miss the sunshine in the beginning of the day, the early sunshine in the morning. You miss the most important thing in your life, the serotonin from the sunlight. Because the sunlight, when it reaches your skin and your eyes early during the day, the first sunshine, it triggers serotonin production. That's why if you go to the park for a walk early in the morning, if you go to the gym early in the morning, if you do exercise early in the morning, you always see wealthy people. Observe that wealthy people, their bedroom have a huge glass door. The bedroom or their living room too. They have a huge glass door with a translucent um, or clear glass door, and they might have the bedroom that could be on the second floor, and they leave it open. That's when they are sleeping. That's why they don't leave. They don't want to have a house near other people. They want these bedroom to be the glass to be open to the nature. So when the sunshine come in the morning, that the sun can touch their skin inside the bed to wake them up. That give them dopamine, that give them serotonin and steroid. So if you miss to wake up early in the morning, you just make yourself weak mentally, physically, and you just make yourself weak to produce. If you are earning a lot of money, you don't wake up early in the morning, you don't know how much money you miss already. So you need to wake up to get this energy, this vitamin from the sun early in the morning, this fresh air, all this fresh breeze in the morning. This is where the serotonin production starts. And the second thing is exercises, especially rhythm exercises to sustain exercise like running, swimming, cycling, or dancing, Zumba in your house, or walking to the park, but be active. Be active. I see some people when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is going for food. It's poisoning your body. You need to do exercise. You need to do exercise to clean your body, cleanse your body, to release the toxin and prepare your body for the day. So when you finish your exercise, you might eat something light. The third thing to increase your level of serotonin is gratitude. When you practice gratitude on a daily basis, you force your brain to scan for positive things. So when somebody do something to you that is valuable, that is positive, you say thank you. When somebody lend you something, you say thank you. You show your gratitude. When you wake up, you take the bus, You say good morning to the driver. When you get off at the bus, you say thank you for taking me. You start saying that on a daily basis, practicing gratitude on a daily basis. Now, the message that you send to your brain, the serotonin will force your brain to looking for things that grateful, because anytime you show gratitude to somebody, okay, this individual will thank you back. So they will reverse the gratitude to you, and most likely in higher or greater quantity. You say good morning to somebody. Hey, good morning. The other person will respond you with energize. Hey, good morning. How are you? That's when you increase the level of serotonin. And this vibe will make you feel better and better. So gratitude is the key. So let's review it. To produce a lot of serotonin in your body, you need to enjoy the first light of the day. Wake up before the sunlight. Wake up 5:30 before 6 in the morning, and enjoy when the dark will go away to let the day come in. Enjoy this moment. Let the sun touch your body. Let the breeze, the fresh air. If you want to go to sleep after, you can do it after doing some exercise, and then apply gratitude on a daily basis. You go to the grocery, to the supermarket, you get buy your bread, your groceries. Be nice with people. Be grateful for everything you have in life, even the thing that you lost. Grateful because you had it, you lost it, and it might come back in, in greater quantity. So if you want a chemical research, you need a protocol, right? Because you just not doing that and then think that everything will come and everything will be good. So you need to cut the cheap dopamine, boost your quality of neurochemical, and you need to increase you need to increase quality dopamine, and you need to take advantage of the possibility to increase your serotonin. So if you do that, you are moving forward and taking your life at a high level. So you will start building a reset protocol in the software of your mind. That means a step-by-step way will build into your mind that will give you the possibility to be better, be greater, do better things. So when you practice what I just shared with you, you are doing one thing. You are deprogramming yourself from DMN, default mode network, to TPN, to task practical network, you know, a task positive network. So this is what you are doing, guys. So let's be concise at this level. Let's go step by step. We have done the science. Now it's time for the application. You need to apply certain things in your life to get it better. This is the blueprint. If you do nothing else today, write these things that I will share with you now down. This is how you reset your brain in 2026. The next 48 hours, okay? Get prepared for the next 48 hours dopamine fest. This is what you're gonna do. I call it the dopamine fest for the next 48 hours. I want you to cut off following no social media, no news app, no junk food or processed sugar, no video game, no streaming service, Netflix, no music while you walk, silence, or nature sound if you want to listen to the music. or go to YouTube looking for Tai Chi music with no ads. So spend the next 48 hours, stay away from social media, no news app, no junk, no video game, no news about the war that is happening on the world, no watching no show on Netflix, and stay away of music, loud music. If you want to, if you really like music, go to nature music, Tai Chi music, ancient Chinese music, and listen to them without divert your attention to other things. If you do that, you will not be bored. You will feel energizing. That is that is the point. Boredom is the gateway to task. Boredom is the gateway to the task positive network. When you are bored, instead of reaching for your phone, your brain, you will start generate ideas. It will start solve problem. It will start to cave meaningful work. That's why for those who practice Zen, they said the art of Zen or the meaning of Zen, it's no meaning. The meaning of Zen's practicing Zen is looking for nothing, doing nothing, thinking about nothing. It's being. They call it vacuity. You are empty in the nature. So that's all you will reset yourself and let great ideas come to you. Anything that you have into your mind that are heavy for you, anxieties, love problem, you know, problem about your country, everything you might think about that is not inside of you. Get rid of them and stay empty and let you be and let be you. So listen, connect yourself with the energy source that within you. And this energy that within you will pass through you. When it passes through you, this energy will become you. You will become this energy. And this energy will generate signal, positive signal that are dopamine and serotonin, and ideas will come into your mind and action will follow. So the next thing is build a highway. The next thing is the morning sunlight exposure. Guys, you need that. With 30 minutes, wake up, go outside for 15 minutes. If you living in a metropolitan area, you can go for around the block for 15 minutes, or you can stay home, or you can go to the balcony if you have a balcony. You go to the garden if you have a garden. If you have a park, go to the park. So take 10 to 15 minutes, go to for a walk, wear sunglasses, look for the direction. Don't look for direction. Just go to work, and then when you're tired, you come back. No, with no idea or no firm intention. Don't say I'm going to work for 10 blocks. You just let yourself go for a walk for 10 or 15 minutes and go back and let the sunshine come to you. These two things, if you set them correctly, you will set your circadian rhythm. That means you will sleep better, and your blood fluid and your brain will circulate better, and you will generate cortisol and serotonin into your body to wake you up and stabilize your mind on a daily basis, and you will not negotiate anything else. When you start enjoying these things, then your brain reset. You need to unplug every morning to reset your brain. So the highway builder is your habit. Let me drop this for you guys. You are born like your parents. You are born like your parents. The, you are born from them. You are born like them. You live in the house. You, from your early age, you do what they do. You experience what they experience, and they give you what they think is good. But there is nothing in the world, really nothing in the world, that said you should die like them. You were born like your parents, but you should never die like them. Okay, stop saying, "Hi, this is how my parents used to do that." No, this is BS. You were born like them. You should not die like them. So it's time for you to build your habit. Remember, neuroplasticity change comes from repetition. You need to pick one habit at the time, not two, not three, not four, just one. That will the one habit that you will want to build. Okay, if it's a business, choose one business. If it's whatever you want to accomplish, if you want to buy a house, buy a car, build a business, pick one. Either you buy the car first, you buy the house first, and second, you create a business. Or if you're wise, you will build a business, and when the business generate income, you will buy the car and you will buy the house. If you want to become a long-term investor, you create a business, and from the business, you buy a big apartment building, you live in one, you rent the rest, and after that, you make the tenant pay you the Mercedes Benz that you want to drive. Does that make sense for you guys? That's how you build a habit. So, to build your habit, you have to choose one thing to do at a time. Do not try to change your diet, your exercise routine, and work habit at once. Okay? So, most people will tell you you have to do exercise. No. Do one thing at a time. Start wake up early at 5 in the morning every day to enjoy the sunshine, to boost your serotonin. And after that, go for a walk for 10 or 15 minutes. And after that, do an exercise at the gym if you can, or home. After that, after 21 days you've been doing that, you feel good. Now change your diet. Change the type of food that you're eating, eat better food. And after that, you will see your habit will change. And when you do that, you will not think about it. You will not you will have no need to use a alarm clock or a Western watch to wake you up. Everything will be operate the way they're supposed to be. So choose to do one thing at a time, not everything at the same time. So to be able to be efficient to do that, you have to follow your rule, or the rule of 5 minutes. Every day, you just take 5 minutes for yourself. I don't know. No matter what you want to think about, what you want to do, take 5 minutes for yourself. When you wake up, before you talk to anybody, if you have your husband or your wife, you wake up. When you wake up, pretend that you got something in your mouth you cannot talk. All right, take 5 minutes for yourself to think, because these 5 minutes when you wake up, it's where all the positivity comes from. So if your partner talk too much, when you wake up, go to find your 5 minutes for yourself. You might sit on the bathroom by yourself and not doing anything, just relax for 5 minutes. Okay, you might get over the bed, lay down on the floor for 5 minutes, and don't think about anything. Just relax, release your muscle for 5 minutes, and let the tension of your body go away, and feel good, feel better, and feel intense, and repeat this exercise on a daily basis. You will see that you not even go to the gym, you start building muscle, because your tension, the stress from your body will start vanishing step by step. So before you go to sleep every day, follow the 90-minute focus block. Every day before you go to sleep, take 90 minutes for yourself, 1.5 hours, to do two things. One, review everything you did during the day. read all your email and stuff like that, and prepare the list for tomorrow. So no matter what you pretend you had to do, you didn't have a chance to do it, postpone it for tomorrow. Do not answer any phone call. Do not talk to anybody. Do not open and go to the internet and everything. Take 90 minutes for yourself to think, analyze, and summarize your day and visualize your upcoming day. So if you do that, you will learn to overcome resistance, and you will understand what to do when you fail. Okay, let's be real. Is in the next 2 weeks you are going to sleep and you are going to have a stressful day and you are going to find yourself scrolling on Instagram for an hour. You are going to miss your workout. The old you say, see, I failed, but I'm worthless. This doesn't work. That's what the old you want you to believe. But this is the default mode talking to you, the default mode network talking to you. This is the super highway of self criticism. This is the super highway of procrastination or selfishness. Now, understand it's not have to be like that. So here's the what the neuroscience back when you handle failure is self-compassion. Say, oh, if my mother was rich, if my parent was rich, I might be a doctor today. If I had a chance to live in this country, if I was not grow up in a third world country, I would be this, I would accomplish that. What these people always forget, in the same situation where you were, some people made it. So let's quote Dr. Christine Neff research. Dr. Christine Neff research shows that people who practice self-compassion after a failure are more likely to try again and succeed than people who beat themselves up. Right? So don't beat yourself up. Understand, I'm a human. Things can go wrong, but I'm going to try again. So why? Because when you try again and again, you don't beat up yourself. You trigger a threat of response. You trigger certain habit. You build certain pattern. You build the highway of success. You start building cortisol. You go in a fight or flight. So some people never understand that. In a fight or flight, your brain last it's your last priority. It's build new words. Its priority is survival. If you are in a fight, your brain will always want to win the fight. If you are a failure, you're on a fight or you're on a flight, you will always want to for the plane to land that you can go back to your normal life. So your priority is always survival. It's not default, it's survival. So if you are operating DMN, default mode network, so you're not in a survival mode. You have to survive. You have to be better. You have to go to the next level. So stay away of the safe habit. I don't want to go out. I'm too tired. This is the safe habit. This is living inside a box. Okay? Go to live outside the box. When you sleep, you have to stay. Okay? That's okay. I'm a human. I need to sleep. When you wake up, you have to wake up. Don't walk like as you sleep. Let me gently get back to the new path, my friends. This is a weakness. This is not weakness. This is neurochemically smart. This is how you keep the new wood under construction even when there is a little rain. So understand the importance of building yourself in 2026. because you are coming up. Because in 2026, many things can happen. Not only we might be in the beginning of the Third World War, but in the next 5 years, more than 60% of people will lose their job because of automation. We are that's where we are now. That's why I create this type of live stream to educate you, to share with you these insights, this knowledge, this information that you can understand and learn and take your life to the next level. So we are coming at the end of these 2 hours that I had to share with you. I want you to look at the time you just invest in these 2 hours in understanding the most important tool you will ever own, that is your brain. This is what this show was about. You know that 2026 is not just a new year, it's a new me for yourself. This is a new me. That's what you should say. This is a new me. That's what I should say. The new me concept is a myth because most people will say it, they don't do anything about it. But you also know a new me mean a new brain. Is a scientific reality of if a scientific reality if you do the work that I just share with you in this live stream. So your brain never stop learning and improving. The fresh start is it a day in the calendar? Is it a birthday? Is it a new year? It's a decision you build. It's a decision you will take to build new words, to build new pattern, taking new decision. It's a decision to quiet the default mode network to activate the task positive network, that TPN, and you turn off the DMN, the default mode network, to activate the task positive network. This decision, if you take it today, if you want really to change your life in 2026, you will take this decision to never let your body, yourself, operate in automation and default mode. You take action, you take positive action to take your life to the next level. If you do that, your dopamine will flow easily. Your dopamine will flood your system with serotonin, that is a chemical energy that you need to keep you at the highest performance of yourself. So you will wake up every morning, you will enjoy the 15 minutes of the sunlight, and you will do exercise and movement. You will clear your mind, stay away from junk food, social media, control your time. If you want to spend 2 hours on social media, put your phone at 2 hours and close the app. So this is what you're gonna do. If you do this kind of thing, even we are on March 16, 2026, the world is not going to be quieter. It's not going to be less distracting. It's going to be more. The algorithms are going to get better in grabbing your attention, and they will do that more and more because it's a multi-billion dollars industry, if it's not $1 trillion industry. You cannot let the world control you. You cannot let the application, the software, the algorithm, the social media control you. You cannot let your partner control you. You cannot let the country control you. You cannot let others control you, your parents control you, but you can control your brain. If you control your brain, you can be a one of people and let them be themselves, and you will be yourself. You can be the architect of your own mind. You have the blueprint, you have the material, you have the science, the neuroscience, you have the advice I share with you. So now, let me tell you, don't just consume what I said. Don't just listen to this podcast and not taking action. Don't even listen to me and take everything I said to you for granted. Do your own research. Do your personal research. Understand what I said and compare what I said to who you are and see how can you use what I said and make it work for you at your level. If you do that, you will not just consume information, you will move information into you. You will use it. You will starting today. Might be why today, you will starting now. When you turn off this episode, go outside in your house in the park. The first thing you have to do. As soon as you finish to listen to this podcast, go outside and enjoy the sunlight and turn your phone, put your phone in another room, and take 90 minutes for yourself just to think for 90 minutes. See the benefit of what I just tell you. Go outside, 15 minutes to enjoy the sun and the fresh air. You might be in this place every day paying a lot of money for the rent. You never try to feel the air, the sunlight, the the breeze. Just breathe the air, breathing the air. Understand that this place you're paying, you might never enjoy it. Make today might be the first day that you really enjoy your money while you're paying this apartment, this house, this mortgage. And take 90 minutes for yourself. Maybe you always complain that nobody see you. See yourself. You know what I mean? See yourself and enjoy the moment. My friends, these 90 minutes and these 15 minutes to breathing and thinking, breathing and enjoy the sunshine, and these 90 minutes to thinking and be grateful for being alive. If you do that, tomorrow will be different. If you continue to do that, the rest of the year it will be different. No matter what you plan to do, no matter what thing you have in your to-do list, if you follow what I just share with you meticulously, there is nothing you cannot achieve this year. Nobody can stop you to have and obtain whatever you want this year. It's all about your own decision. Do you believe in yourself? Do you want to reset and stay away from the news? Stay away from the noise. Focus and focus and focus. Guys, this is EG. I'm your free life coach. I don't charge you for that. This is free content. This is all for you. You can keep in touch with me and follow Mind the Booster Motivation on YouTube, where we have thousands of followers. More than 1 million people already watch more than 600 videos we got. So we've been doing that for many years. Maybe you are late. So don't be late anymore. Become a subscriber, hit the notification bell, and we will get back to you. And anytime we got a new video, you will know that we are coming. So let me remind you, you are not stuck. You are just operate in an old wire. So rewire your brain. It's time to reset. It's time to become the new you. It's time to become unbeatable, unbreakable. It's time to become unstoppable. You are unstoppable. You are the winner. Thank you for spending these 2 hours with my booster motivation. Join me on the next time for the second part of the science of you, and we will end this one, but in the next one, we will dive into the neuroscience of habit information and how to make discipline on your default setting. Until that, protect your mind, build your highway, and make 2026 the year of your final took control of yourself. Guys, I love you. Without you, there is no mind booster motivation. Without you, this show will never be what it is now. And all these good people that follow us in different continent, different country, from India, Pakistan, um, to Latvia, Ukraine, Poland, Polish, and everywhere, every other places in the world. And we got people from North America, Latin America, Costa Rica, Colombia. We got people all over the world. And we got our people from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Burkina Faso, South Africa. We got South Africa, a lot of students from South Africa that connect with us. So we got the Haitian community that back us now on TikTok. Yo, Chico, what's up? All right? Everybody can be happy if you put yourself at the service of others. When I started this journey, I was chilling by myself and sharing knowledge with other people. Now, years after, when only I'm still chilling doing what I love to do, which is teaching and sharing information with other people, but I'm connect. I had the privilege to have the opportunity to connect with people all over the place. So I'm very grateful for you guys to be followers, subscribers, and I'll see you on the next one. And today, the show was a little bit awkward because my producer is on vacation. So usually I'm in the studio and somebody manage everything for me. But today I had to do everything by myself. So that's why it's like that. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.